Okay, then after this event, there is another yogi that comes to Ekachakrapura. I have a feeling that it is also Vedavyasa coming in disguise. He comes and he tells all 5 of them that so closer to this place there is Panchala Desa, and in Panchala Desa, Drupada got a son and a daughter. Drupada got a son who could kill Drona, and a daughter who could marry Arjuna. Pandavas are listening to the entire story. They know Drupada, they know Drona, they know everything, the entire backstory of that, right? But they are behaving as if, oh, who is Drona? Who is Drupada? What happened? Why does Drona want to kill? Why does Drupada want to kill Drona? Can you explain us the story? They were behaving as if they don't know nothing. Yes. Vedavyasa doesn't come in his own form because Vedavyasa also doesn't want to reveal to everybody that these people are Pandavas. So everybody is in disguise. And this entire conversation is happening in front of that Brahmin family and the other villagers. So so everybody gets to listen the tiff between Dronacharya and Drupada and why Drupada goes and asks for those 2 children. Okay. Now Pandavas gets to, I'm not going to reiterate the entire conversation between this people. Okay, you all know what happened between Dronacharya and Drupada, the entire story, right? I'm not going to go there. Drupada wants revenge against Dronacharya and he prays for, and he conducts a yagna, and out of that yagna, 2 people come out of it. One is Drishtadyumna and the second person is, it's a girl. We'll talk about the girl in detail, like momentarily. First, let's talk about Drishtadyumna. Drishtadyumna is the guy who is born. His whole sole purpose of his life is to kill Dronacharya. That is why Drupada asked for a son. And then this girl, when she is born, and both of them are born, they come out of Yagna like adults. They are not babies. Like unlike the other stories, right? Okay, Sita was born, so she was a baby. It's not like that. These 2 people are coming out like adults, like fully grown adults. Okay, and Drishtadyumna goes and as soon as he's born, he wants to. I mean, as soon as he comes out of the yagna, that particular fire, he wants to go and learn archery. So he immediately goes and joins the Gurukul of Dronacharya himself. Dronacharya knows that this guy is born to kill him, but Dronacharya also knows that he cannot avoid that, he cannot escape that. That is his fate. That is how his ending is written. He accepts his fate and he takes this guy as his own student, fully knowing, fully aware of the fact that he will use the same power, same education that he is giving him to kill him. Those are the ethics of Dronacharya. If the person is eligible to learn certain vidya, Dronacharya doesn't deny him vidya. Whatever the condition might be, whatever it is, even if it means that it will cost him his own life, he doesn't deny. That those are the ethics of the teacher.
Is the archery thing still around
now?
Yeah.
It is around as a sport. Like if you
no, like not like now. Like since he just joined, is there like many people there?
Yeah, there are people there. There are always people. There are always students in the Gurukul of Dronacharya. Can you give past that?
That's still happening even after Pandavas graduated?
Yeah, the Gurukul continues to run.
Is it still there?
No, the Dronacharya passed away. He was killed. Drishtadyumna is born to kill Dronacharya, so he was killed eventually.
Like, did another teacher take?
Gurukul system is apparently not so much available in these days. There are still some teachers who have this Gurukul system. Vedas are taught in the Gurukul system. There are Veda Patasalas in India where kids are sent into Veda Patasala. For years they will live there, they will study there and they'll come out. So that kind of education system. Canada, no? Kerala martial arts. But it is very, very, very less. That used to be our education system throughout the country, and there used to be hundreds and hundreds of Gurukulas. But now that number has significantly come down. Even we don't want to put our kids into Gurukulas for some reason, right? Yeah. Okay, coming back to the story. Drishtadyumna goes and joins Dronacharya's Gurukulam. This girl who is born out of it, she's a celestial beauty. She's extremely beautiful, dusky in color. She has the same skin tone as Rama, Krishna, all those people. What is that color? Can anybody explain what that color is? Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
It's like a grayish
Cloud type of color. Cloud when it was just about to rain. So that kind of color is what this lady is having, the skin tone. She has very big eyes, the beautiful big eyes. And the explanation that is given is so, when you look into the explanation, you will understand that she's a very beautiful lady. She has thick black hair, which is very curly in nature. And she looks extremely beautiful. Like anybody who saw her, they just couldn't move their eyes away from her. She's so graceful. She is like Goddess Lakshmi herself. So she's that beautiful. And when these two people are born, again this voice from the sky, it talks and it says that this girl, she is the one who is going to be the reason for the death of Lord of Kshatriyas. And she is going to be the one responsible for putting dharma in its place, restoring dharma. And she is going to be the one marrying Pandavas. Her name is Krishna. Because of the color, she is named as Krishna. Krishna is the name of that particular shade. Yes.
Her name?
I know. Questions?
Okay, so there's two Krishnas.
There are 3 Krishnas in total, I told you.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the other Krishna? Third one? Who is the third Krishna? Anybody? Yes, Satharva, tell me.
A random Krishna that you see nowadays. No, I'm saying the truth. Because there's probably a bunch of people nowadays named Krishna.
No, I'm talking about at that point of time when this Mahabharata was happening, there were 3 Krishnas. One Krishna is the Sri Krishna, Vishnu Avatar. The second Krishna is, we just spoke about the Krishna who is born. Who is the third Krishna? Tell me. Moms. Vedavyasa. His name is Krishna Dvaipayana. Krishna, because he is also of that color. So he is also Krishna. Okay?
Why was she born like that color?
Why is she born in that color?
Yeah.
That's the skin tone. That's the skin. She has to assume some skin tone. She got that skin tone, which is beautiful.
Very rare chance to get it.
There is no nothing wrong with that skin tone, right?
Still around.
Who?
Still around.
Draupadi?
No, that type of skin tone.
Most of the Indians have that kind of skin tone. Lot of people from that subcontinent have that kind of skin tone. Unfortunately, now it has come to a state wherein that kind of skin tone is not appreciated. They think that a fairer skin tone is sought after these days. That is why we have so many fairness creams. But that is the skin tone, the original skin tone of the Indians, people from the Indian subcontinent. And there is nothing wrong with that skin tone. That's beautiful. Any skin tone is beautiful, and dusky skin tone is absolutely something that you need to you can flaunt actually. Yes.
Is it like a rare chance to get a blue skin tone?
There is no blue skin tone. The reason why they say blue is because all these people, right? Everybody has something called energy around them. The positive energy that all these great people have, like Rama, Krishna, that emanates blue colored light around them. We won't be able to see the aura and the light. We are not enlightened enough to look at the aura of each person. But Rama, Krishna, all these great people have a blue aura light around them. I don't know what is so funny and why are you guys smiling at each other. But what? Okay, so okay. అసలు మనం ఏమీ చెప్పుకోలేదు ఈ మాట కదా అవ్వడంలో నేర్పి సో యా దట్ ఈస్ సో దిస్ guy this rishi who came in disguise is telling Pandavas that this girl is born and she is born to marry Pandavas. So at this point of time all of them know that all 5 of them are going to get married to this girl. He told, right, this girl is born to marry Pandavas. Yes, she's Draupadi. Her original name is Krishna. I'll tell you why she is Draupadi. You have a question? Okay. So, she is Draupadi because she is daughter of Drupada. Father's daughter, mother's son, like that. Father's daughter, so she is Draupadi. Like Sita Devi is Janaki because she is Janaka Maharaja's daughter. Like that, she is Draupadi. She is the princess of Panchala Desa. So she is Panchali. Like Sita Devi is Maithili and Vaidehi. Mithila is the name of the town. Videha is the name of the kingdom. So she got the names Vaidehi and Maithili. Similarly, Draupadi got the name as Panchali and Draupadi. Not because she is wife of 5 Pandavas. She did not get the name of Panchali because she is wife of 5 Pandavas. She is the princess of Panchala Desa. That is why she is Panchali. Okay? Lot of people get confused. I know you kids don't have that precursor, but lot of adults, lot of people even in my generation, they think that she is wife of all the 5 Pandavas and that's why she is Panchali. Ali in Telugu means wife. Pancha means 5. So it can be very confusing, but all these terms are coined from Sanskrit, not Telugu. So Panchali in Sanskrit means the princess of Panchala Desa, not wife of 5 Pandavas. So that is about Draupadi. Draupadi is a very, very, very important character. The entire story revolves around Draupadi, and as the Asariravani, like the voice from the sky, said, she is going to be the reason of death of lot of Kshatriyas. She truly will be in future the reason for a lot of bad Kshatriyas. Good Kshatriyas are protected, okay? Bad people get killed and she would be the reason for their death. She won't be killing anybody, but she is going to be playing a very vital role in the death of lot of bad people.
The reason for this, but not actually kill or anything.
You are the reason to get Laya into trouble, but you are not troubling Laya.
Oh.
Yes, give it to her. We'll go over by 10 minutes today, okay?
Isn't it like how Ravana's sister Shurpanaka
Is a reason for something, but she's not doing anything. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, Hasini.
I think I know what you mean when you said that she's the reason people are getting killed, but she's not doing anything.
Okay?
Okay.
What did you say?
No, nothing. It's not related to the story.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so that is how Draupadi is born, okay? And Draupadi is a very strong lady, very extremely bold. She's not someone who suffers in silence. She is vocal about, very, very much vocal about her feelings. She questions the actions of all the Pandavas. She is a binding factor of all the Pandavas. Pandavas' togetherness is also because of Draupadi. Draupadi plays a pivotal role in their lives from this point of time. And then this Rishi says that, okay, she is the one going to get married to Pandavas. And there is a Swayamvara that will happen in Panchala Desa very shortly. And I think all of you should go there. Because Drupada Maharaja is giving away a lot of wealth to people who are going to visit and visit this place during this time, and it is going to be very festive activity in Panchala Desa. So he is giving them hints to go to that place and attend the Swayamvara and get her as their wife. That is what he is hinting at. Alright. Then